Hello, welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to a fresh update on VeChain. We're going to have a look at both the BTC and the USDT pairings and have a look at some areas that we could invest if the market does allow, and then we'll have a look at some price targets and maybe even a little bit of a price prediction thrown in there. So starting off on my YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. We're pushing on up towards 25,000 subscribers now, which is not too bad. I've only been doing this a year now, so fingers crossed we can push up there and start getting a few more people involved in this channel. So looking at this latest tweet I put out on the 1st of May, which is around 2 days ago now. Yep, 2 days. I was looking for this breakout on VeChain. We was consolidating nicely. Was range bound within this area. I mean, we did have a wick right down to around 14 cent, which was unbelievable. If you did manage to get in at 14 cent, then happy days. But we did break out of that, and all now is starting to look rosy. So looking at this is the daily time frame. Let's just drop into 4 hour because that's where it was pretty much set up. We have broken out of this bullish pendant and we have broken to the upside. So all in all, things are looking good now. So that is no longer invalid. I mean, you could still say we have a potential there. If you look at that from the bottom to the top, you could even say that is still waiting for a breakout from these levels. So I mean, let's just monitor price. We did break out of that bullish pendant, and over the bigger time frame and over this extended version here, then I could still potentially see a breakout to the upside. So in general, all is looking good. But what I want to do is just drop back to a daily time frame and analyze what's going on here. So we had that rise up to all-time highs at 27.9 cent, and then we did quite a substantial drop in terms of percentages. Look at that, we dropped 53%. It was only a wick down and we soon recovered it. Now we are back on up. But that would have been the perfect buy zone. Currently we are on a, you could say we are now trending up from that drop. So all in all, things looking good. You could say that this is acting as some upwards support. So you mean, if you're looking for buys, you may get a buy around 20 cent. I think 20 cent is some natural level of support now. Just dropping the moving averages on, we have still bullish, and the lines are getting wider apart, which to me shows a further sign of bullishness. We haven't had a crossover since November last year, so everything is looking rosy and starting to look good. What we need to do first though is put a little bit of a bearish scenario on this and just drop into a 4 hour time frame. Actually, just going back a second, just looking at MACD there, we was bearish. We had that bearish cross there, and the histogram has been bearish pretty much since the 23rd of April. The moving averages are starting to get closer together, and it looks like we are starting to potentially form an uptrend here. So we might get a tick to the uptrend, so a tick to the upside on the MACD there, which will send us up to its all-time high. So like I say, dropping into a 4 hour time frame, this is where we'll do pretty much most of the price analysis. I'm putting this in terms of a bearish scenario. If you look at this as a bottom of a move and this as the top of a move here, I'll tell you what, now I'm going to use that latest move there. Actually, we've done a retracement from there, so we'll use this move here. If you're looking for buys, what we can do is target some key levels here. So if I'm ever looking to buy in a project that's on an upward move without much of a recovery, I would target this level here. So 20.8 cent is the area which I would target to buy. If the market does get a bit of a shakeout, as you see to the right, everything's green, there'll always be a shakeout at some point, and you could also potentially target buys here at 19.8 cents. So there are two levels which I would consider as buying opportunities. In terms of price targets, I think this is a key area. I think closing the daily candle above this area at 22.3 cent will send us back up to its all-time high. So let's just monitor that price for now and then have a look at all-time highs. Let's just put a bit of a price prediction on this. So drop back to a daily time frame. Let's have a look at this end time move here. So from the highs to the lows, bounce back up, currently rejecting off that 618 level. If we do close above this 618 level, things are really going to start to get good and push on. But in terms of price predictions and targets, let me just change this. We'll get rid of that 214. Let's put the 468, and have we got 3618 there? No, we're not. So let's have a look at these in terms of price predictions. We have got some fibs up here at 51 cent, which is a 2.618, which is very close to that 50 cent mark. In my opinion, I do think we will hit 50 cent over the course of the next few months. In terms of price targets, that is 124% from current area. But you can really start to target these fib extensions too. I think that there's a good chance that we can push up to 81 cent. So that is my price prediction, and I will put that on there. I think we can hit 81 cent this year at some stage. Still a way to go, and we need to keep his feet on the ground. But in general, the crypto markets are very bullish. VeChain, I'm utterly bullish. I can't say to how much I'm in bullish. I think the partnerships that they've got going on are insane. So all in all, things are looking good. If you can manage to buy some around this level, happy days. If it comes lower, top up, and then look at these for taking profits at 31 cent, 37 cent. We have 50 cent there, and then my ultimate price prediction of 81 cent, which I do believe we will hit. So that is the Tether pair covered. If you take a look at a BTC pair as well, because I know people do like to stack sats. Let me just have a look, see if that was the all-time high in the weeklies. Yeah, so that was the all-time high. It might have been potentially higher because we've only got data up to July 18 on Binance. So if you look at some previous data, we may have an all-time high in Satoshis, which was higher. But we're going to stick with this one for now at 475 sats. In general, the weekly MACD is looking good. The RSI was overbought. We'll come back down to test this 70% level. And I honestly think it will start to push on soon. Daily time frame. Here we can have a look at this. So we are, you could say this is forming a bit of a bull flag, to be honest, if you look at this here. This to me is forming a bull flag, which has a potential to break out soon. To the upside, I'm expecting a bull flag you would expect to break out to the upside. So let's just monitor this in the BTC pair and see what goes on. Don't think that's the same on the Tether pair. Yeah, it's not quite similar, but yeah, we didn't get a drop down as much in that closed body, so all in all is looking good. Let's leave that on and see how it does. So dropping into 4 hour, here we'll do a bit of price analysis and have a look at some buy zones, using this bottom here to that top. So if you're looking for buy zones, I would target buys here at 359 Satoshis, all the way up to 373 Satoshis. So buys within around this area, I think it'll be a good investment for the future. In terms of price targets, I think we've got to look at the all-time highs soon, which is at 475 sats. And the ultimate target, which we'll just put out there now, I think breaking through 5 Satoshis will send us into parabolica and things will start to look really good. So in general, I'm very, very bullish on VeChain. The charts are looking extremely good. Potential breakout to the upside here on the BTC pair. And if you can manage to get in at these levels on the Tether pair, then happy days. I think we will revisit the all-time highs within the next couple of weeks. Even potentially this week coming. If we do continue this bullish momentum throughout the markets, and that does continue into this week now, then I think we will definitely see some all-time highs across the board, not just VeChain, but in all pairs. We'll just finish off by looking at Bitcoin dominance. If you've seen this chart before on my Twitter or even on my channel, this is the alt season here of 2017. We have not been down to these levels, currently at 48% since, when was it? July 2018. If we continue to drop here, things are going to start to get really, really interesting because we have been down to 35% in the past. So if we do come down into here, you can see my retirement zone down here. Any closures down here at less than 40%, and I think we'll all be making some big bucks and starting to really see some massive growth across the crypto markets. So that's going to do it for today's analysis. That's some price updates on VeChain in both USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll catch you next time.